Hello, law aspirants. A famous quote, to travel hopefully is better than to arrive. R.L. Stevenson, in his famous essay, El Dorado, quoted these lines, to travel hopefully is better than to arrive. What does it mean? Keep doing your best and leave rest to God. Because what can a man do is doing the best in his hard work, in his sincerity, being a stalwart, industrious, enterprising, and to burn the midnight oil and elbow grease too. This is what really is going to help you to clear CLAT. So here we are with our new series of the words of Hindu for today. Yes, so you're ready? Bring your pen and paper and please jot down the words. The words will enhance you, will put up a smile on your face and brighten all the dullness all around you. Yes, to begin with this word for today. The word for today, we have broken more of the word re-root. So first, before I start with the word, let me tell you the root re means. It always means, of course, again. It's a kind of a redo city. A kind of a situation which is kind of redo, right? Retaliatory. Retaliate means you take a revenge, you answer back simply. Like when we say you have to pay for this, right? So it's an action characterized by a desire for revenge. Avenge. See, there's a slight little difference between avenge and revenge. Revenge means you answer back, you say to something you have to pay for this, and avenge is taken as a sacred duty, as a holy ceremony. If you have read of the famous tragedy of Shakespeare, Hamlet. So Hamlet avenges his father's death by his uncle Claudius. See, this is a kind of a duty assigned or given or imputed to a son, that he is expected to take the revenge, and the ghost of his father comes. Yes, son, you have to take my revenge. This is what is avenge, a sacred duty that you perform, which is considered a religious rite. It's not considered something negative. Okay, so you answer back. See, if your habit of retaliating means answering back, this is nature. There's some people who are very submissive by nature. There's some people who are very tyrannical by nature. This is something which is the habit or attitude of a person. Let's take up the second word, resonate. Resonate from the root, even the word resonance you must have heard of, something which is a harmonious sound, something which produces a good sound, something which echoes, right? Something which is echo, resounds again. You know, it is something which spread around. When you do a good work, like you'll be selected in CLAT, so it will be resonate, or it would be something which will be an echo or resounding, which will be heard for centuries and centuries. Yes, this is what the positivity, this is what the Bonvita cup I am giving you for today. Next, take the next word, see the word carefully, root, reluctance. So pronunciation, reluctance. Reluctance means you're not ready for something. You hesitate. It means you are doing the thing. Of course, you're doing that thing, but you're not doing it willfully. You're doing forcefully, right? The exact word I would write is vehemently. You are doing it forcefully. You don't want to do it, but you are forcefully doing it. It is an unwillingness. It's a disinclination to do something. Unwilling, disinclination, hesitate. You don't want to do that. This is reluctance. Forcefully आप ये काम करें. You're not willingly. आपकी इच्छा नहीं है. You know, things should be done as per your desire, because what the heart says yes, then only the mind would also say yes. And the opposite is willingness, eagerness. Because he was reluctant to do this, so parents should not be reluctant or forcefully make their children to opt for a subject. Next word, Reiterate. Reiterate is to say something again a number of times, means you keep repeating that thing. When you keep repeating that thing, it becomes very, yes, boring and banal, because you are emphasizing for clarity. You want that, the teacher says, please listen again, focus, concentrate, do this, because the teacher wants concentration of yours. She wants that there should be clarity of conception. The perception, the idea should be very much clear. So it's a kind of a repetition. It's a restate, it is retell, it is recapitulate, capture again in your mind. See, cap is to hold, so recapitulate, hold again. You've seen various daily soaps and television serials which come? Yes. So what do? They recap it, means hold again in your mind. Re is again, cap is to hold or head. Okay, moving on to next word, the word recalibrate, right? Recalibrate means to make small changes, something that you make a change in the instrument so that it measures accurately. Matlab, some slight little tidbits here and there so that the things are very much accurate. To change the way you do or think about something, कोई चीज़ को बिल्कुल totally change कर देना उस situation में, that is recalibrate. So this is something making a slight modification, right? Or I would say alteration. Right. This word is the most important of the word of the series that we are taking up, recalcitrant or recalcitrants. Recalcitrant is a person who doesn't want to change, having a very obstinate, uncooperative attitude towards authority or discipline. You are not at all cooperative, you are uncooperative. It is intractable, it is unmanageable. I have a long vistas of things to be discussed on this. So let me clear the board. Please write if you are writing anything, and I move on to a new word for this. Please note. The word recalcitrance is mulish, rigid, stubborn. See the list of the words that I give you. I've stored all these words in my mind. It's very interesting to remember so many words. Okay, you know what is a mule? Yes, a mule is a combination, a hybrid form of donkey and horse. And what it is known for? It's known for its stubborn nature. It's known for its rigidity. It doesn't move. So this is one of the ways I want you to remember. This is called paired association learning in psychology. So it's being very rigid, very stubborn, very obstinate in your views, obdurate, stickler, dogged. See the root in, not. Trans means one to the other, so not moving from one to the other. Unadjusting or unadaptable. I don't give you one word, I give you a long list of the 10 to 20 words for one word. So this is recalcitrance. You are not cooperative, you are not tractable, you are not manageable, you don't think as per the adjustment of the people. Taking up the opposite, am root. What is am? Yes, it is love or friendly. It's being very cooperative in your attitude. You're very convivial. You're bonhomie. You are amiable or amicable in your approach. Right? Taking up the next word, reasonable. Reasonable is a sound judgment. It's a fair judgment. It's a sensible judgment. It's something logical, rational. As much as it's appropriate, it's moderate. right? It's neither high nor low, it's a moderate situation. So the opposite would be very simple, yes, unreasonable, and it's illogical. See, reasonable means you have to use your mind. This is a bit, whether it's critical reasoning or logical reasoning or analytical reasoning. Reasoning means being very rational, using your common sense and understanding the concept behind it, and that is what you do in your reasoning. So right, you have to be very good at reasoning. So be reasonable means do something right, fair, sensible, using your common sense, your mind, the gift that God has given you. Let's move to the words further in this. Singularity. Singular means one thing. So singularity is the say to the fact in which you are unique, you are distinctive, you are different, you have a condition of being singular, nobody like you. You stand apart from the crowd, you're different from the others. That is what makes you unique, different, excellent, par excellence, beyond comparison. There's no comparison, in fact you're perfect. Right? Yes, very good. So the opposite would be conformity, sameness, usual. It's a normal situation. Next word, very, very important. Again, this word from the series is something really very important. This means scrupulous. Scrupulous means something that you do in a sense where you're very hardworking, you're very meticulous and careful in your choice. You use the words very, very carefully. See the word, a personal process, very careful, thoroughly, and extremely attentive to details, is very fussy and things are very carefully done. You're very meticulous, you're painstaking, assiduous, ass, donkey, yes, and it's known for what? Yes, it's hard work. Being very, very careful, and you do things in the right perspective. So you are careful, you are painstaking, you're meticulous, and the word I would add here, you're very conscientious. I learned in my childhood the word conscious and conscious, although some of us pronounce it as conscience. No, the pronunciation matters. This is what tells you about your learning. This is conscious. So conscious is the inner voice. When your inner voice tells you what is right, how much you do the work, that is conscientious. You see the sound of the word conscious with this? There's a linkish connection with the two. Next word, rhetoric. Rhetoric is the art of persuasion. Last class only I took up persuasion. This is a quality, a gift of Bab, in which you make other person convinced by what you are saying. It's a convincing power. It's a power where which is very effective. It's a persuasive speech, and you use such figure of speech, use such embellished and floral language. Mark my words, embellished and floral language and heightened speech, that your oratory, your eloquence, your gift of gab, your words cannot make any other person not be unconvinced. The other person has to be convinced by what you are saying. So that is rhetoric, and this quality again found in, yes, it is found in lawyers, it's found in statesmen, leaders, and of course professors and teachers. We convince you. The opposite would be inarticulate, because this means clear speech, very articulate, very forceful in your speech. The last two words for today, retrospect and retractable. Retrospect is to re-examine something. Please note the root here, spec, to see. So retrospect is to reconsider, give a second thought. Please write the idiom, yes, to give a second thought, to survey something, see what are the past courses of events have been, re-examine something, see that this thing has been moving in the right perspective. So that is retrospect. And retractable is something you are able to draw back and bring back it. See, abjure. What is AB root? AB is move away. Right, again, every time it comes, because it's so many words linked with English. And JUR means oath or swear. Right, so abjure means you take a swear that you will leave this thing. You've heard it, Lord Mahavir and Lord Buddha abjured this world. That is to abnegate, forswear, relinquish, please write it, forsake, forswear, recant, renege. So you leave something, right? And the opposite would be naturally acknowledge, admit, affirm and assert something. The words are interesting, very valuable, important, precious, loaded, and so make your mind pregnant with thoughts and various ideas that come up in it. Yes, so these words will be really very helpful for your CLAT preparation. Thank you, students.